Winston Cup Friday night at the Lady in Black, Darlington, South Carolina. This is FSBRacing.com live broadcast. And this is Melt Minter Jr. along with the voice of FSB, Greg Bernardo.
Hey Milty, hey everyone, how's it going? The Lady in Black tonight, as you said, Milty, the track that is just too tough to tame. And after seeing some of that broadcast, great broadcast done by Mark Dillon Jr. on the Pony Express Broadcasting Network on Tuesday night chicken run of Darlington, Milty. If you watched any of that, you'll know that this track just punishes any slight mistake. You know, most tracks, if you turn in a little too early or get in a little too hot, you can correct. Here, Milty, it just punishes you, and you're either gonna get your Darlington stripe real quick, or you're gonna stack up the field. And the racing line here, Milty, is about a car length and maybe a quarter deep, and that's about it.
Oh, then you got pit road entrance and exit, which are all very difficult getting
Yeah, and
off
then
that speed down the backstretch.
yeah,
And getting in the
if you throw in a
pits.
if you throw in a green flag pit stop here, Milty, man, I mean it can get real crazy coming on the pit
Just
lane
like I
here.
told these boys in the meeting,
But
we don't need anything
some
over the
things
top today.
never
We got a
change,
good race
no matter
car, we
what
got a
track
good
we go
driver, we
to.
got a good pit crew. All we
And that's
gotta
our
do is
front
just
row,
everybody
Milty.
carry the
The
weight.
6, the
We'll be just fine
29.
at the end of this thing.
How many times have we seen them on the front row?
Feel, bud.
Over and over and over and over again.
And that's just a testament to their their overall ability. It's one thing to be a good road course driver or a good super speedway driver, but to win on short tracks, be competitive on road and dominate, the mile and a halves, and then when you get to these funky tracks like this, like Dover and those tracks, Milty, again, more dominance. I mean, that's just quality driving there by both Mark DeCenza, Jeff Hale, and of course the whole field here is quality drivers. But I mean, to be consistently fast and first is quite impressive.
And, great to see the return of Slim Jim Gately after his wife
Absolutely.
has been Julie's been dealing with severe health problems.
Yeah, we're
And,
seeing Slim right
she's
there
doing better
coming out
on
of the
the,
pits.
while
Absolutely,
he's,
absolutely.
on the track.
And the fact that he's back tells me that he feels at least that she's in a state now that she's in a place that she's stable and recovering, and this is a great, when you deal with these kind of things in real life, Milty, to get out onto the track and to forget about it for an hour, sometimes is really helpful.
Yeah, and I mean, he took off several years to take care of what a man's got to do, and and then came back to racing when it was right in his life, and so obviously she must be doing real well, and updates on Facebook I've seen look real positive.
Yeah, that's good news. You see that pace car dive off, and Mark DeCenza is going to lead us to the green
Darlington,
flag here. And of course, coming into turn one here, lap one,
very
Milty,
scary.
it's treacherous. A lot of discussion in the drivers' meeting about give and take. Don't press the issue early. Let everyone get a rhythm. Try to avoid some unnecessary cautions, and let's see if the drivers heed that. As
Oh,
Sean,
John Reeves sideways.
Sean,
You gotta watch those tires. They're
yeah,
they're
and
cold.
he's gonna lose.
Great save.
Oh, and
Oh, but there's contact.
almost contact there with Ryan too, but
Welcome to South Carolina.
woo, and yeah, he just lost every position on the track you could lose almost as he
Still
goes from
down low.
third or fourth to almost last there, Milty. So
Oh, I've been there, done that, dude. I'm telling you, it's just really, you can't describe what it's like here. Going through, coming out of turn two right now. putting that power on. I mean, you're scared to death. Then you come down here, hard braking into turn 3. The paper clip tightens up right there, and you got to really ease through the gas
Yeah, now it's a
and
single
pick up the
file
throttle.
right now for the guys as there's some separation starting as Mark DeSenza, Jeff Hale battle for the lead now. Mark moved over, it looked like, and gave Jeff that position. And maybe a little give and take early on. Mark DeSenza looking to save some tires, maybe save some fuel here. Is he thinking with the smaller field, Milty, we may see a green flag run?
Well, yeah, I mean, this time of year in sim racing and in our history.
Oh, and
Get
there's
out
contact.
in the Mark DeSenza.
They're both into the wall. Ken keeps going. Remember about cautions
Still
here,
green.
Milty. Still green as the field scrambles around Mark DeSenza.
You gotta die for the caution to come out here.
Now Mark's lost a ton of track position, but how badly was the car hurt there is the question. It looks not too bad from my perspective, Milty.
Well, the thing is like if you're Ken Hansen there, and once you, that's what's so scary about Darlington is once you break and you commit to that line in turn 3 and your roll speed through that corner, it's hard to check up again.
Well,
I mean,
usually checking up again means you wreck because the car will be out of control if you touch it. You can't touch the brakes there at all at Darlington, or the car just is going to go around on you. And
what I try to do is give more space, especially at the beginning. It's just like driving on the freeway in rush hour. Eventually it's going to stop.
Yeah, and I just have to think there that Ken didn't expect Mark to get that much slower, but it looked like Mark was just doing his thing, and Ken maybe just getting a little too close when they got into the braking zone that he didn't have time to react. Both went up into the wall, both continue, and we'll keep an eye on them.
We got the former teammates, got the boss hog out there in front, and we got the
professor.
The professor.
This is a great battle here, a classic battle of Slim's philosophy, Milty, has always been let the race come to you. Whatever it's given you, that's fine. Don't try to make more than that. Don't try to make less than that. Green flag stops. Win the race when it matters.
This is in my opinion, this is the hardest. NASCAR track there is.
Yeah, it's definitely got. If it's not the first, it's definitely the second. And Jeff Hale philosophy, Milty, is get the pole, lead every lap, win the race. Anything else is not.
Slim Jim is.
But now Slim is really giving him a mirrorful right here.
Got to be mindful of these cautions too. That even though we've had, with the non-cautions,
little wiggle there.
Whoa, that this could go to a green flag stop. So you got to be mindful of tires.
Yeah, and tires can be a huge factor here, Milty. As we see our leaders there, Slim making a move to the inside here. Thinks better of it. I don't know if Slim's messing with his old teammate here or if he's really working him hard, but Jeff gets high, almost up into the wall, almost got his Darlington stripe there, Milty.
That's been his trend the last 3 laps, going into turn 3 and 4 there, and Slim takes the lead.
Yeah, and that was just enough.
Slim Jim.
And the professor is showing the student. I say that in the tongue-in-cheek as I can, Milty, to call Jeff Hale a student.
It's kind of like kung fu,
Call Jeff Hale a student like calling Albert Einstein a smart guy.
When you can snatch the pebble from my hand, it'll be time for you to leave. Well, Jeff snatched the pebble,
Yeah, and I didn't even know he snatched it. So I was still telling him to snatch it, and he's like, I already got it, dude. What are you talking about? And I was like, oh. All right, you're good. But, now he's under some heat, though, here, Milty, from Josh Elliker and Pops. So Jeff may be going into a little tire conservation mode here. I think he realized the same thing you did as you said it, Milty. This could go green here.
And after you go high at turn 3 a couple times and 4, right by that wall, it really gets your attention. You're like, My tires are angry, and of course he's letting Josh Elliker by. Definitely, he's looking at his tire temps.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pop's trying to maybe put a little more pressure on him as well. And there's Ken Hansen trying to come back from that early incident there. Rick Bisconner just plugging away, Milty. Nice and quiet, sitting quietly in 6th place. A couple seconds off the pace from the leaders, but a nice
Well,
big gap behind him of 3.5 seconds. So he can drive very smooth and easy right now, save some stuff. There's the 62 coming back from that early bobble on lap 1, Milty. I don't know if it was. It almost, thinking back on it, it almost looked like he wanted to pull over and let everyone go by, but didn't plan on the car getting so out of shape on him at the same time.
well, the Darlington is the race of attrition. I mean, you can't get discouraged if you start falling behind. There's all kinds of pit strategies. Do you go for tires? Do you think it's going to go green with a smaller field? These guys are going to take a risk here, and they're going to try some stuff.
Yeah, no, we're looking back here at Mark DeSenza, Milty, who went from 2nd to 11th in that contact, and now he's riding here with Ed and
Probably right side damage.
the
For
92
him a
of
little bit.
Chad Stallman. So, yeah, are you thinking that he has damage right now and he's just not able to do anything with it, or do you think he's just laying low now and just logging laps?
Well, we look at the lap times for the 6 here. If I can figure out how to scroll.
Yeah, well, we can bring him up here on the screen for you.
Last lap was a 31.5, and his best lap is a 30.7.
Yeah, so that's a significant drop-off, Melty. If we go through our to our leader, Slim, he just ran a 30.7 on a fast of 30.1.
Yeah,
So
they're at like the halfway point. They're probably going to try to go 34 to 37.
oh, and it looks like Slim got loose there, Milty, and he went way down low on the front stretch. And Josh Elliker is just coming to the lead there.
His stuff. That's Rick Johnson's stuff there, which we're surprised as heck that we don't see him. But like we said, this time of year, and in these long seasons, you're going to have fields that'll vary.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's good to see Josh back for several races now, and already put himself in victory circle. Milty, surprise, surprise, super speedway win.
Well, he's class act and knows how to race, and has life stuff to do too. So when he gets time, and he always prepares well and runs well.
Yeah, absolutely, and super speedway skills. I think if you ran the super speedway series, for instance, full time.
Oh, Chad Stallman in the wall. That's the Darlington stripe right there. Oh, and more parts falling off that thing. And he gets back going.
92 car there. Yeah, this track will bite you, Milty. Just a brief moment of inattention or distraction. Look up in your mirror at the wrong time and just miss your marks going into a turn, and it can be into the wall quickly here.
Well, you're so challenging the braking zone in turn 3, and then trying to get the power on in turn 4. I mean, let's take some in-car here.
Yeah, looking at a nice little battle here between the 62 and 59, 7th and 8th place. We could go take a look at what Ryan's dealing with here as they go side by side, and now Ryan takes that position, Milty. So Ryan Johnson
right
takes that
down
lead.
on the line. Okay, I'm a little behind.
Yeah, now we're riding with the 59 car.
It's so hard to judge where that wall is right there, and you see the scrapes on it already. You lift through here. And then power back out. Down the back straight. Hard on the brakes. Oh, you gotta feather that gas. Once you start getting close to the wall there.
Yeah, and you can see he's really hooked up in 1 and 2, Milty, with hardly
Yeah.
any lift at all. But 3 and 4, you got to do the tiptoe.
And then power out. Right up against the wall. It's Ryan Johnson in the 59 there.
Yeah,
Boy, he just,
we'll
wow,
jump.
right in that groove.
We'll jump up a few cars here and ride with Jeff Hale in the 29 car, currently in 4th position. Looking at our leaders, the 47 in front in that bright green car. That's Josh Elliker. He's our leader. There's
Last lap 31.6. So
Pops
we're
and
starting to
Slim.
get tired there.
1, 2, 3 right in front of us. And now, Jeff let those guys get by, Milty. He was our leader to start the race. And, he saved some tires, I think. And now let's see what he can do as we get into this latter half of this run. You can see his car is very
Hard
nice
on the
looking
brakes,
here.
Harder on the brakes than we saw with Ryan Johnson. Really drove it in there and slammed on him. Draft not as prevalent as some of the other mile-and-a-half tracks. But still a factor.
And looks like he's just staying off of these top 3 guys here. And
he's really getting slower and through the center there as the tire degradation continues.
yeah, we're 26 laps into this race, Milty. What are we looking at for a fuel window? Or can we get to a fuel window here at Darlington?
Well, you need to get to like 36, I think. 37. Let's see here. Let's do the math.
Yeah, 36,
Been a while
37
since-
laps. You're right.
Yeah.
And we see Josh got
You can vary
way
the lap
loose
here
there,
and there,
Milty.
but you gotta find it somewhere else.
Yeah, and Josh just went down way low there and gave up 2 positions. Now Pop's in the lead as we come up here, and now we're riding with our 2nd place car. That's Slim Jim. We're riding with the professor. Very much a privilege to sit in the professor's car, Milty, as he works over Pops here. And let's see what he can do with Pops. Is he just going to ride behind him, or is he going to give him a challenge? Yeah, Pops, this is his kind of track, Milty. We know Pops. Short track driver, road course, excellent.
He just loves it so much that it's his passion. And, besides, of course, his family, grandkids, he's got it all. He's living the life. And when he's not doing family stuff, he's doing sim racing, man.
Yeah, and he always downplays his abilities, but the drivers know the truth of the matter, and that's he wins races, he leads laps, and when he shows up, he's a threat to win.
This is where it gets tricky here. Now you're getting towards the end of your tire life. Really every lap you gotta assume you gotta brake a little earlier going into 3 right there. And you can see the smoothness of Slim Jim Gately. Just really measuring his opponent, looking in the mirror down the straightaway. Okay, I'm good there. Right down on that, below that line, just a hair, just wide.
Yeah, nice arc right through there.
You experience different apexes throughout the course of the tire life on a long run like this.
Yeah, and you can see
It's
Slim
more
getting up,
outside in.
entering that turn much higher than Pops does. And
higher than he probably did earlier with better tires.
yeah, as we complete lap lap 30 and onto 31 here, Milty. Now, certainly these guys have to start thinking 4 tires and fuel.
Now we watch the in-car, so look to your left here. You'll see where you got to pit and what your view is down, and you got to stay below that yellow line down there, all the way through there.
Yeah, very difficult pit lane entry. Very easy to spin or get out of shape and miss pit lane, and then have a compromised lap. So a lot of things can happen here, and we're going to.
You see the exit there coming out all the way, same thing. See it right out of his left window there. It's going to stay below that green cone right there.
Yeah, and anticipating the stops now, we'll pull out of the in-car and follow these guys around and start looking and see if we can
We
monitor
got
some
cars
traffic
on pit
here.
road.
And
I think that's Ed Finley.
we see pit lane already might start having some action. Yeah, the 80 car is down on pit lane. Looks like the right side, looks like Ed's earned a Darlington stripe there, Milty.
Welcome to South Carolina. Slim is entering pit road. Your lead, your second place car. Oh, he veers out. It's got to get it back in there.
And he does. And we're
And he
keeping
does.
an eye on both
Josh
Slim and
Elliker
Josh
makes some
Elliker.
time there. Great job by Josh in the 47.
And also, it looks like Jeff Hale's in the pits.
P4 in the pits.
So,
Leader's going to have to pit here now.
so Milty, this is only lap 34, so they could not make that magic number 36, 37. That would enable them to go with a 3-stop race. Now that adds a stop to some of these guys possibly.
Yeah, obviously they couldn't do it,
and we see
oh,
Josh.
Elliker misses his stall.
Yeah, and he's pitting, but his angle is very poor here, Milty. So that's
He's
gonna
lucky because Slim will lead first,
right.
so he
So
doesn't have
he
to
can
worry about
crank
it.
that wheel, but he's gonna still lose some time to the leaders now, Milty, as Slim is 4 tires and fuel, and now Josh, and we can see that he came in right on his bumper. He's not leaving on it, and we see the rest of the guys leaving. Jeff Hale, there's Rick
Slim
Bisconner,
Jim Gately exiting pit road.
Dog in, Pops is in now, Milty, our leader, and Pops also has to back up, Milty. He missed his stall, and Ryan Johnson has to stop and let Dog get out. So some pit lane issues here from some of the leaders
They're all
here.
parted on the circle, on the curve there, and it's like any of these tracks when you're parked on that turn.
And we're still focusing on Pops, our leader, as he comes out, and we can see here comes Slim Jim. So this really cost Pops, Milty. Just came in too hot, it looked like, and had to back it up.
Ay, caramba. Ryan Johnson exits pit road.
And Ryan Johnson in and out, but Ryan also had to wait for Dog as Ryan was coming in.
Enterprise Buick.
Dog was coming out, and Ryan had
Nice.
to stop the car there to avoid any contact, which he did successfully, but at the risk of losing severe track time, though. And now, what about Mark DeSenza, Milty? Can
Well,
Mark
we'll see how this shakes out when Ken Hansen is your leader.
Yeah.
He must not have pitted because, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on.
Running for a caution there, I think.
Yeah, and as we look at the running order, Milty, it's puzzling to me.
He hasn't pitted yet.
That if Ken
No,
hasn't,
he's making the fuel.
well, if Ken hasn't pitted yet, he's about to go a lap down to Slim, or he's about to lose the lead to Slim, who already did pit. So this strategy is not going to be working out very well for Ken.
Well, obviously he was hoping for a caution in those surround the pits. That's what he was looking for.
And now, I mean, if he's been out there this whole time, we're looking at lap 38 now. He's got to be running out of fuel soon. And Slim makes a diving move down below that dashed line, Milty, and that's always danger zone, but Slim successfully navigates it and makes the pass, and I believe that pass was for the lead, so Slim resumes the lead here. And yeah, I'm puzzled here with Ken Hansen that he could stay out and not be further ahead of Slim. But I hear.
Well,
Ooh.
they were making so much time up on him.
And I looked like Chad there got a little out of shape, but gathered it
That's
back
the
in.
caution that Ken needed before. He's going to have to pit here.
Yeah, we can see now the 92 Chad Stallman is in danger of going a lap down. Looking at other cars here, you can see Dog is also in danger of going a lap down. As Slim is coming up on him pretty quick here. Going back from Ken Hansen, Milty, there's the we see some smoke in the corner there. Still no caution. We see Josh Elliker is in third position. Jeff Hale, Sean Reap up to fifth. So Sean has recovered.
Unless Ken pitted earlier when he had damage, I see nothing on the scanner at all.
Yeah, I have to think that something is amiss with Ken. He must have pitted somehow, some way, because if he didn't, he would have had a better lead than that. But don't know. Can't tell you for sure. But
Okay, there we go back. Lap 28, he pitted.
yeah, so he short pitted the first stint there.
Yeah.
And it's actually right now has paid off because he has a 5.5 second lead over third place, Milty. So maybe that was excellent strategy by Ken Hansen.
Well, he would like a caution, but he's going to be off strategy, but still not out of the game here.
No, it's still early on. We still have over 105 laps to go, Milty, here at Darlington. So yeah, we're just getting started here.
Yeah, so I'm going to grab me a couple beers. I'll be right back.
And there's our leader, Slim Jim. Dog now has fallen a lap down. Ken Hansen, our second place driver, and there we see that gap all the way back to the 47 car, Josh Elliker. Then Jeff Hale, Pops, and Sean Reap, Sean in front of Pops there. So Jeff in fourth, Sean in fifth, Pops in sixth. That's a good battle, a three-car battle here. And again, Sean coming back from that first lap little slide and lost a lot of positions, which it looked to me, as I said before, that he was trying to give the ground but didn't want to slide the car like that, which obviously probably gave some heart-pounding moments for the rest of the field as they saw him down there. But going back now to 7th place, there's Mark DeCenza, but he's 17 seconds off the lead. So Mark's car must have received some damage, and he just doesn't have the speed tonight. And you can see, as I said, about a half lap down now. Going a little further back, we see Rick Biscano and Ryan Johnson again. Ryan had a good run going, but pit lane, I wouldn't say an incident, but he had to stop to let a car out before he could get in, and that cost him several seconds on pit lane, which translates to many more seconds on the track. Our leader remains Slim. 9 Ken Hansen is second. Oh, and Ed with a big time slide there. And he's into the inside wall.
Oh, he's into the wall.
And we're still green.
He got it going.
And he's right in front of the flag man here. He stopped the car now. We still stay green. He's still down there, Milty. Don't
Still
know.
parked.
And now he looks like he's towed the car. So he's off harm's way now, so we'll stay green. And I guess there's what we talked about in the driver's meeting, that the flag man here just refuses to throw the flag unless there's multiple cars involved, Milty. But right now, Jeff Hale's running down Josh Elliker. So Josh's car has gone away from him a bit here, I think. As Jeff gets by, and now he's fallen into the clutches of Sean and Pops. And yeah, something. I think maybe Josh was either conserving now or maybe used up his stuff just a little trying to chase down those two leaders.
Yeah, after you can see that the pit road was huge for him and Pops. They definitely lost track position.
Yeah, and this is all happening 7 seconds behind our leader, Slim Jim Gately, Milty.
Oh,
So,
and the points for these guys to try to get on the podium this year, after Hale with a huge 30-plus point lead, it's real tight from there
yeah,
on.
absolutely,
And like
absolutely.
your last week's winner, Dog, he's still fighting. He's a lap down, but every point means something. He wants to get on that podium.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's staying in contact with Slim Milty, and if a caution comes out, you know, not to say that it always happens, but leaders can, with this lead, Slim could easily slow it down, let Dog get his lap back, which, you know, is a good sportsmanship move, and done many times here at FSB when the guy can stay in contact with you. But
Yeah, when the leaders aren't racing for position.
yeah, absolutely, and we can see Dog is just driving the wheels off of his car trying to stay up with Slim, and he's done a great job
Bangs
of
off
doing
the
that.
inside there coming out of four.
Back to the second place, Ken Hansen. So this
Well, the fanfare after he won last week,
and Ken's
and
loose
the
there,
party,
and Ken's
it's
coming
a
down
wonder
pit
he
lane
can
here,
drive.
Milty. So Ken, who pitted on lap 28, is now pitting on lap 52. So that is even a shorter run, Milty.
Well, he had to use it up with probably damage.
Should have. You were hoping that he would go to at least lap 56 or so, and this is lap 52. So this is gonna not work out for him if he has to keep pitting like
yeah,
this.
he's still.
You can see Mark DeSenza is also in.
Stop down. He needs another green flag stop, just like before, and then he needs a caution to come out while he's up in front.
And we see he's down and away, so it was a very clean pit stop for Ken. Let's see where he comes out relative to Slim. So now he's showing back in 9th place, 1 lap down. Now obviously he needs this to go to the full cycle, Milty, which
These
we'll
other
say
guys
is
are
about
gonna-
64.
Yeah, I mean these guys got a long way to go left.
And there we see Slim. So Ken is almost now 2 laps down, Milty, but I think with the fresh tires, he'll be fine. He will not fall into the clutches of Slim now. But we'll watch for that now and see if you know, if this does cycle through again and Ken comes out into first or second. You know, it seems like it's unsustainable for him. And we're watching Slim with a whopping 7-second lead.
Second lead.
And then we go back to where some action is here, and that's second, third, and fourth. And that's Jeff Hale, Josh Elliker, and Pops. And they are all battling it out. And then we see Sean down low. Can really get loose coming out of the turns here, Milty, and chase. You have to chase that thing all the way down.
You have to. The challenge at Darlington is knowing how to attack it with good tires and still not use them up too much, and then you know, adjust as the tires wear out.
And we see Mark DeSenza there 2 laps down now, but he made a pit stop. So we'll see how Mark fares when this cycles through. And it looks like we're going to probably get another green flag stop here, Milty. We're on lap 57.
Elliker
making a move on Jeff Hale. Pops tried to follow, but just ran out of room.
They still know they got so long to go here.
Yeah, still 90 laps remaining. And these guys are all battling 7 seconds behind our leader, Slim Jim, and we're at lap 58 now. If I recall, these guys pitted at a lap 32, 33, and 34, so that would put them around 64 to 68, Milty.
Yeah, it's 68. Makes it really close. Thing is, if something we haven't talked about is clutching. Well, these guys are all battling to try to get to Slim and to stay in contact with each other, so they're not going to do it right now. But if you clutch a whole run here, instead of letting your motor do the stopping for you, brake earlier and hit your clutch and let it roll all the way through the corner, which is extremely hard at Darlington. You could save 2-3 laps. Will that be enough?
Yeah, that remains to be seen right now. We're on lap 60.
These guys in this top 5 to 7, they're all on the same strategy, so there's really no. I mean, you almost got to start thinking about it now if you want to pit one less pit stop than everybody else.
Yeah, we'll see what strategy shakes out. We're definitely just laps.
108
just a
dog is
couple.
pitting.
Yeah, so we're getting into our second green flag stop window, and Slim crosses the line, lap 62 of 147. Still not halfway here. Slim lead has been cut from about 7.5 seconds to just a tick under 6. So Josh Elliker making some headway here on that lead, or Slim is just being very conservative and hitting his marks and not really concerned about giving up a second here or so. We should
Dog
start
Palmer
seeing.
on pit road.
Yeah, we should start seeing some pit stops there. We see 108 in the pits getting his service.
Was that a Chevelle? That thing is beautiful.
And there we see
The
Ken
SS.
Hansen, who's currently 1 lap down in 8th. Back to our leader, Slim Jim, lap 63. Gonna cross here and start lap 64. And still not seeing any pit action here, Milty. Now we see Sean Reap has come in. So our first leader, top 5, Sean Reap, 62 car in. Long pit road here at Darlington at pit lane speed, Milty. It feels like you're just losing a ton of time. And we see Slim there on the track get very down to the inside. I don't know if he got loose there and chased the car or if he was letting Mark go. Of course, Mark has new tires from the pit stop. So Mark gets a 1 lap back there. So Mark showing in 9th, 1 lap down now. And Slim should be coming in at any time, and Mark should be able to get that lap back.
Is pitting.
And we see Josh
Jeff
is
Hale
still
is
out.
pitting.
And there we see Pops. We'll follow Pops
Slim
in.
is pitting.
And there's Jeff Hale coming in, so more of our leaders hit the line. So Pops and Jeff in pit lane. Still wondering.
Side by side.
Still looking, and now Slim looks like he's coming in, Milty. Yes, he is. Slim down on the apron. And very deliberate. Looks like a very deliberate pit stop by Slim there, Milty. He did not leave anything to chance there.
Got the lead. Huge advantage. No risks.
We'll follow our leader down pit lane. There we see the 47 car also in. So leaders now starting to pit. Slim in. Tires going on, fuel going in. Looking on the track, we're on lap 67. And Slim out and away. Good stop by Slim.
Still leaves him about 15 laps short.
And Josh is out and away.
So clutching's probably not going to be an option here.
And once these stops,
The nine's coming up the order again because he's off sequence.
yeah, and we see Ken up to third position now. Only 4 cars showing on the lead lap at the moment. That will change as the cycle finishes. There we see the 43 car, which was one of those cars that hadn't pitted. Now he's on pit lane. And there we see the 9 car, Ken Hansen. So Ken back up to third, but Milty, he pitted on, I believe, like lap 52. So even if he can stretch this one out to 34 or 35, he's looking at about a lap 80 something pit stop, where the rest of these guys are looking at, you know, maybe at lap 100 or so.
The thing is, they still got to stop twice. Just like him, so he's just off sequence.
Yeah, so maybe if it works out for him, he'll be coming up into second position now, just as the race is ending, Milty.
Well, and we got
We see our leader
Sam
is
Young,
in.
the new boss here at FSB. What's up, Sam?
Hey, joining y'all. What's up with the Greg and Milty show, man? Isn't this some race? I'll
Yeah,
tell you
so
something
far
right
so
now,
good.
This is wild. I mean, I was hoping for a pit stop. I mean, maybe a caution so I could come in and talk to y'all, but we're not getting one.
Yeah, we haven't had anything. We're on lap 7. We're already getting close to the halfway point in this very demanding 147 lap race here at the Lady in Black. And Ryan Johnson, who was our cycle leader, finished, I believe, our pit cycle here. So he'll come back out and he'll fall back in. And Ken Hansen, Milty, is our leader.
Well, high diddle diddle right up the middle.
Where else do they do
like
this at?
Caution.
Where else do they do this at? I mean, two absolutely impressive caution-free runs here.
Yeah, very impressive. We saw Ken and Mark DeSenza have a little rear end action. Both got into the wall. Everyone avoided them and went around them. No flag came out. We saw Ed have a kind of a solo spin down to the inside wall. No caution. So outside of that, this race has been clean as a whistle, and the driving has been very impressive at the front. Slim's driving a spectacular race. And right now he's 3.5 seconds behind Ken Hansen, but I would have to think that he's going to run him down, Milty, with those fresh tires.
Well, Sam, your passion has been racing like me ever since we were little kids, and now you've just taken on this league here, and I'm sure you got some stuff planned for the future here, and we're still going strong. Of course, this is a race late in the season here, and it's Darlington, but we're basically obviously you got some stuff you probably want to say.
No, when I was a young fellow, I think I was about maybe 12, 13 years old, I used to have bike races behind my house on the patio, figure-8 bike races, and that would be the flag man. So, it's all racing to me. It's all about the racing. And I appreciate the great effort. I just want to stop in and say hello real quick, but I appreciate the great effort y'all are making here and just to try to keep this old sim going. I realized today that this is almost a collector's item, this racing game of ours, and I'm going to try to treat it like that.
And as Sammy was saying that, Slim passed Ken Hansen for the lead, and Ken did a slide job there around turns 3 and 4, Milty, which is
Nice
not
save.
easy to do. And those tires, I think, are going to be going away quickly for him again. And
That's the tendency as you get
Man.
later in the race. You try to pace yourself like you did earlier on green flag runs, but you get excited and you just use it up a little more than you thought.
yeah, and if I do my math on how Ken has been pitting so far, Milty, I'm thinking he can run to maybe lap 80, 81, 82 at max. So he should be coming in the next 3, 4, 5 laps here. But again, he had the lead for several laps, gives it up to Slim, but has about a 2.5 second
This puts
cushion.
him in the position of being in the lead right when everybody else has to pit with 15 to go.
I think that short pit thing might have been turning out pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, well,
That's
I mean,
what we're. That's right. If he can, with 15 to go, it's going to get more interesting. So, he could get that caution because his car's used up now. Got to play it smart here.
yeah, and here he comes in. So he's
comes.
coming in lap 78, Milty. So I was thinking 80 for him. So he
realizes
he's
what
committed to
done.
this short
Yeah.
pitting.
It was tired. His tires. Excellent strategy.
Yeah, so he'll go back down the ladder like he has, and if we stay green, stay tuned for Ken Hansen. We'll see him again. Mark
Number
DeCenza, though,
9
has
course
got himself
forward,
back
down
on
pit
this
road.
lead lap, Milty. And Mark was battling a lap down for a little bit there, and now he's about a half lap down. So Mark DeCenza might be and I see some smoke on the track. And Josh Elliker is smoking, Milty. So looks like the engine let go on Josh Elliker's car.
Oh no, that's the worst scenario for Ken.
And he pulled it into the garage, Milty. Trying to keep that oil off the pit lane there. Nice camshaft.
Yeah, good job by him.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll keep it green.
Yeah, keeps it green and a blown motor for Josh Elliker. That's just too
great
bad.
sportsman. Great sportsman.
Yeah, absolutely. Pro sportsman, been here for years,
And that was
it's gonna
actually
be heartbreaking. Though,
yeah, and obviously good news for Ken Hansen that did not go caution there because he was been trapped a lap down. So Ken gets back out, and now he can soldier on and hope that this stays green for one more sequence and see where it comes out again. And
Can you
there's
believe
our leader.
this dominance? Another second on the field. Once again, executing, just driving by himself, and just putting on a show.
Yeah, he's hit his marks every lap, Milty, and his pit stops have been perfect. And
I've had those
what can
races
you
when
do?
you've been gone, especially when you've been, like me, it hasn't been like him where he was worried about his wife dying, I mean, to get back on the track for the first time. But me, it's been like, my internet's been out or my computer died or whatever. Sometimes you just get that free wheel rolling feeling, man. And right now, that thing is on rails.
Yeah, I mean it looks like an AI car going around Daytona or going around Darlington right now. I can't believe there's someone actually driving that car, and Slim is just smooth as silk around Darlington right now. 8.5 second lead as he crosses the line.
This is a driver's track, and he a driver.
Yep, that's an understatement as well. And
Where else do they do this at? I mean, 3 green flag stops now coming up to. Unbelievable. I mean, no other league can do this. None.
Yeah, and it's not just tonight where you see it on TV. Of course, we had broadcast Tuesday night. We have broadcasts. We have all different kinds of mods from the sim, and it's a great place. It's where you should start out if you want to start your sim racing career.
Absolutely. It's like I said, it's like a collector's item now. I'm going to go around and start collecting a lot of these mods and stuff just so we have them around for posterity because they're getting harder and harder to re-find on the internet.
And we see Mark
Well, we
DeSenza
have a
coming in.
huge database here at FSB, and a lot of guys willing to help, and they'll hook you up.
Yes, sir.
See the 43 Rick Bisconder in danger of getting a lap down here to Slim, and Slim's just destroying the field now. Only 5 cars on the lead lap. I think in a couple more laps it might be 4 cars.
Guys, I'm going to leave you to your broadcast, but thank you so much
All right,
for all
boss.
you do. For all you
Thanks,
do.
man.
Thank you,
Thanks
guys.
for
Thank you,
keeping
Greg.
it going.
Yeah.
Elvis has left the building.
So we're down to, when Slim crosses the line, Milty, we'll be down to 60 to go here. And pit stops for these guys, I'm thinking somewhere in the 95 range.
Well, and you can
Up to
also
100.
you can explore breaking it in half, but with the strategies these guys are have dealt themselves, they pretty much got to go with it, I think.
Yeah, I think Slim already knows exactly what pit lap he's pitting on, and like you said, if he can go to about lap, if he can go to 95 or so, Milty, that leaves only 50 something laps left, so he can just do a 20, like you said, cut that in half, and that will be it.
Well, and the thing is, I'm a little ahead of myself because we're not. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is about splitting it in half, but at the same time, when you're this far ahead, you risk caution.
Well, you do, but I mean, if you're running out of gas, you got to go in.
Yep.
So seeing Slim there we see Jeff Hale, our second place runner.
Oh! Contact!
There's contact.
The 62 of Sean Reap, and Sean Reap is around.
Still no caution though. Sean trying to get going here. Wow, I cannot believe there wasn't a caution there, Milty. But
yeah.
Need to make sure that
Yeah,
cautions are on here. But man, Sean's back end is all mashed in now, and that's a bad break for him. Bad break for all those guys there. They were racing really hard there, and now some problems for those guys.
The Alacrity Pontiac is severely damaged, and he's having a hard time controlling that car. Oh, and he misses pit road, pulls over, and disconnects.
Yeah, that's too bad. Sean had a good run going, and it looks like our our second place runner, Jeff Hale, is electing to pit here in Milty, lap 92. So 56 laps remaining. So I can guarantee you, Jeff is pitting to split this in half.
Pop's pitting.
Also in.
They're realizing the caution flag is not going to come out unless somebody dies here.
Yeah, and they're also realizing now that they can't drive out there long enough to make one more to not make just one stop. So you might as well come in right now and get your fresh tires, cut it in half, and then whenever that number hits, come back in. And there we see Pops getting his tires and fuel. Jeff Hale doing the same. Ken Hansen, again, Milty will start moving up the ladder as pit stops occur.
The 43 of Rick Bisconder is like to stay out and try to take a chance here.
Yeah, as Slim. So our leader's out, and the 43 car, who's still on the lead lap, but you can see he's in the picture with our leader, Milty, so he's in danger of going a lap down, but I would think Slim should be pitting any time now.
Well, it's 33 now, so Uh, it's 53, 43. So they're still gonna have to pit again. Yeah, you gotta pit. You gotta come in now, man.
Yeah, you can make it now no matter what you want to do. So if you're Slim, you can see he's put almost the entire field a lap down, Milty. So obviously you feel like you can pretty much do whatever you need to do now.
Well, he's gonna have to pit, and then he's gonna have to pit again. So either way,
Right.
so everybody else
As
is
is everyone else.
pitted.
Right. So everyone who has pitted has to pit one more time. Slim needs to pit 2 more times. And you can see he pulls the car down to let Pops go by. Pops with the fresh tires. Veteran move by the professor there, Milty. No need for side by side into turn 1.
Oh, they got frescas. Whoa, Pops. He's worried. He doesn't want to have this huge lead and have a caution come out. But I mean, what do you got to do to get a caution out?
Yeah, well, we just saw basically a 3-car pileup. It resulted in no caution. Um, so I don't know what it will take with the cars remaining on here, Milty. I don't think we will get one. So if you're thinking of strategy, you better assume that there will be 0 cautions in this race.
25 is pitting.
And Slim comes in. Let's watch him come down. We'll follow him in here. He comes around the
Slim
corner.
Jim Gately.
There you see the cones and the timing line.
Beautiful.
Little lock up
Wow.
there to make sure he's under the speed.
That's
road,
hard, folks.
The pit road speed. And now we can follow Ken Hansen, Milty, and see.
Ding, 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 ding. Here I come.
And there we see Ken showing in 4th position. Looks like Ryan was able to get around Ken.
They will have to pit still, but Ryan will pit later than 43 will probably pit. Nice and easy. No stress. 25, Slim Jim Gately's stepping to a Slim Jim, and we executed that pit stop.
Yeah, and there goes Slim Jim back out. As we see Ryan going by to get back on the lead lap, as did Ken Hansen.
But even with the strategy, Slim Jim is, when you look at the intervals from the last deal where he had to pass Ken, now he's ahead of Ken. So he's even made up more time.
Yeah, Milty, and that was what we were talking about. Is that it seemed like it was not going to work out. Oh, and Ken loses it there, Milty. He's into the outside wall. No caution, of course. But that definitely roughed the car up a little, and that's a Darlington stripe for the 9 car. And then some.
Yeah, that will slow him down.
Yeah, and that cost him a lot of track position there, Milty. And we see our 3rd place car now is Ryan Johnson, who was another earlier hitter. And
This Gunner's still in the lead here. Man, he needs, somebody to just kill themselves.
well, it looks
right
like he's
now.
coming in though, Milty. He's slow.
Yeah.
He tiptoes in. 14-second lead over Slim will go away. Question is, how much of it will
Ryan
go
Johnson also.
So our last cycle leader, the 43 car, Rick Pisciner, brings it down for some tires and fuel. He's on lap. He has 44 laps, Milty, which I don't know if you can make out of the tank of fuel. We see Ken Hansen in as
You
well.
cannot.
So I fear Ken's race is about had its moment in the sun there, Milty, and had a caution come out that may have been, like you said, what would have preserved him. But right now, I think he's in trouble. He's pitting again, and he still has
Well,
to
and,
pit at least one more time.
points-wise, he's going after his main competition there is that 29. So, excuse me, I mean that 59 for try to stay around third place in the and get on the podium at the end of the season. So,
Yeah, and what we've also seen here, Milty, is Slim's lead in this last cycle has been cut to 4.7 seconds by Jeff Hale.
well.
So the professor may have been a little. I was remarking during that run, Milty, that the professor seemed very conservative, very happy to just kind of log laps.
Those extra laps after the 3-4 laps after everybody pitted, but also be mindful that now he's on better tires than them.
So we're on lap 106 of 147, so we're coming down to about 40 to go. One more stop is going to be needed by the field. Question is when. And we're riding with Jeff Hale right now, who's just 5.7 seconds off of the lead of our Slim Jim there. Was over 7 to 8 seconds in the last pit cycle, so one guy has managed to cut a little into that. And that's Jeff Hale. Then we go further back to the 99 Pops is right there, and looking to find Ryan, and now here comes Ryan into the pits. So Ryan was another early pitter, Milty, with Ken Hansen. But Ryan has made his car last just a bit longer, it looks like. But still 39 to go. I think maybe he could make it.
Well.
So if Ryan is trying to get a long final run where everyone will pit but him, maybe that can help him. Because, man, like you said, I just do not see a caution coming out here, Milton.
Well, if you're going to do that, and you're looking at 38, you got to clutch right now from the beginning. You got to lift early. You got to roll through the corners. You got to pull 3-4 laps out of your yin-yang here.
I think that if knowing the way Slim is driving tonight, Milty, that's the only strategy that's going to beat him, I think.
And clutching, in my experience, takes practice. You just can't pull it out of the hat. It's
especially at Darlington.
Personally, it's not a track I've ever tried to clutch at.
Yeah,
I was too busy holding it on with two hands, you know. But like Homestead or there's a lot of class, and you can do it here, you know.
Yeah, Mark DeSenza, since that early incident with Sean Milty, just he can't find the speed of his car, but I think he's trying different strategies to somehow work his way maybe into that top 3. And right now he's sitting in 4th. He's almost 20 seconds behind Slim, so he only has about 10 seconds there before he could go a lap down, and he's short pitted, I believe, as well, so he should be coming in, I would think, very shortly.
and you do that, get to 34, 33.
Yeah, and right now we're at what?
32.
35 to go.
Yeah, 32. You can go full throttle the rest of the way. You know. You can make it that long, and they got to pit again.
So now the question is, if you're one of these guys that you have to pit one more time, Milty, do you just do the cut in half here and say, well, I got 32 to go, so 16 more laps, I'm coming in?
That's a good question because on a normal track with the normal NASCAR flagman, uh, you got to be worried about the caution. But the way this is gone, I think you know you got to assume green and break it in half
So if that is the case,
for everybody but the leader.
we're 32 to go here as Slim comes out of 2, goes down the
He's in the
backstretch.
catbird seat, yeah, and he is all that fretting we were doing. Now he's opened it up to almost 9 seconds, so he just needs to go status quo, you know.
Yeah, and once, yeah, it looks like he reestablished a good pit stop coming out, and it looked like Jeff Hale there got up into the wall, Milty.
They're all battling, and he's been freewheel burning, and now and he you know that advantage Ken had by being off sequence, Hansen. I think that's been diminished more, just along with his damage and great fight for Ken here.
Yeah, it was.
He could still get a top 5 or a top 3 if things work out, but that would mean a caution.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Ken, I don't know if it was maybe from the damage, the car used up more tires faster. But he wasn't even able, he was barely able to get to, 28 laps, 29 laps, Milty. So he was struggling.
Absolutely, but he kept it in there and didn't give up, and got some points for leading the race there.
Absolutely, and when you're running for points, as you said, leading a lap gives you an extra point. If you were managing to just lead one lap every race, you'd get 20 bonus points for a season. That's like half a race of free points on the field, Milty. So
Mark
it
down
makes sense.
road.
Yeah, and Mark was like one of those guys that had to pit a little early when he got the damage. So Mark down pit lane for his final stop
He's
with
the
28 laps
leader
remaining.
of the lap down dudes.
Now Slim has stretched that lead, Milty, to double digits.
Oh, well, I mean, none of us are real race car drivers, but in our sim racing, like you were saying earlier, when we get a chance to race and put our problems behind us for that hour and a half, 2 hours, or 24 hours, like sometimes we do, you're just seeing the man focused here that. But on the track, but at the same
We see
time,
some
he's
pit
been
stops
through
happening here too,
harrowing
Milty.
stuff here.
As we go back here, we see the 29 car Jeff Hale is in the pits and the 99. And those are guys that have been battling each other for the second and
Pretty
third place,
much, yeah.
Milty. Which
That's
is
pretty much
about what the
status
race
quo
is, which is about what this race might boil down to, is a battle for second and third.
And how about Pops, man? They call him the old man, my dad used to say, see that young lady there, she's sure pretty, and come on, Dad, You're an old man. You said, I may be old, but I'm not dead yet.
Don't throw dirt on me yet.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can find Slim here, Milty. There he is. And we're on lap 123, waiting for our leader's pit stop. You can see he has now put the entire field one lap down or more.
You know, I've got
inside 25.
Lots of great friends here, you included, and all these guys. And I've known Jim Gately for a long time, and he's been a pillar of horsemanship and skill, and shared his craft with people, trained people. We used to have a Sunday.
Sunday
we used to
Winston
call it
Cup
the school,
practice.
you know, and
Yeah, that was. I was really sad to see that go away, but you know, like you said, life. But man, that was some good stuff. That really made me stick with it.
well, it tells you what, you know. 14 years I've been here, and I show up for that class to learn something. You know, he'd ride in my car and tell me what I was doing wrong. You know, and because he's great at it. You know.
We see
Ken Hansen down pit road.
We see Ken Hansen down pit road with 23 to go. Slim staying out.
Obviously, this has got to be a chill pit stop for him here.
Yeah, nothing.
Easy
Don't need to do anything spectacular now, Milty. You just gotta not wreck the car, basically. And it looks like he's coming in now, lap 126.
Yeah, he goes wide right there.
Nice. Oh, when he locked.
Whoa,
That was a late reaction.
I don't think he wanted to go that wide.
Yeah, plus, Milty, the lockup almost occurred after he went across the line. And if that's the case, if he was speeding there, Milty, that would be a huge influence on this race.
Well, we're all blah blah blah, and they're driving these things, man. And this is a long race, a long battle, and
Slim is in. Don't know what the status of that entry in the pit lane was.
I'll step back and take a look at that.
But what it looked to me is as he arced it in kind of wide, he crossed the line and then the brakes locked up on him. So hopefully he was under that required speed as he comes out.
He crossed the line at 48 miles an hour, hard on the brakes. That should be good. As long as you stay on the brakes and hit that first timing line, we take a look as he crosses the timing line. He's at 38 miles an hour. That should be good.
So the professor really pushing the envelope there on pit lane, Milty, and you were wondering if that was a mistake by Slim getting in a little wide there. But it did not really affect.
This ain't tiddlywinks.
But now we're back in that scenario with Rick Bisconner, our leader, who really stretched it in that third run, Milty. And can Rick actually go the rest of this way?
You say it with me, Lord, I need a caution here. But can he make it? I don't think so. But you gotta play.
Got 18 to go, and
gotta win to win.
That's a lot of laps from where he pitted, but I'm sure
and
if
Slim will gobble him up.
Oh, and there's almost contact between Rick and Ken Hansen, just came out of the pits with some fresh tires, and obviously Rick's are not fresh, and the speed differential there almost caused a wreck.
Yeah, well, he wanted the caution to come out, but not him.
Right, you don't want to be the caution, you just want to take the caution. But right now he's got about a 3.5 second lead over Slim, and it's getting cut very quickly as Slim's car with the fresh tires is really laying down some laps now. Let's take a look at Slim's lap times here. His best in the whole race is a 30.18, and last lap 30.57. So just about 4/10 off of his fastest time. And we're down to, when Slim crosses the line, we'll be down to 15 to go, Milty. And Ryan Johnson was the other one who pitted and that we thought could go the whole way, maybe with a little clutching or maybe a little pedal ease up on the pedal. But we can see Ryan's about to go a lap down here. So it doesn't look like that's going to work out for him.
Yeah.
But a pretty good job there by Ryan, because you know, like you said, if a caution did come out, he would have been you know, still on the lead lap instead of a lap down. So he did everything he could there. You can see inside of 15 to go now. Slim still with a very comfortable lead. Got by Rick Bisconner, whose car has to be feeling the effects of the long run now. Now Slim right up on the back bumper of Ryan Johnson, and Ryan will give him plenty of room to get into the turn. And
but Rick is pitting this lap. I guess these other guys are gonna have to pit again, I think, too. So, the leader, barring anything, is one thing, but this battle for the podium is another.
Yeah, and there's Jeff Hale. And there's Pops. But Jeff has really come on strong these last two runs, Milty. Remember, he made those inroads into Slim's very large lead, got it down to, I think it was like 5.7 seconds or so. And then Slim stretched it back out again on him. But then, as we just look at the intervals again, Milty, it's down to 6.5. But can Jeff Hale actually run Slim down is the question. I don't know if that's, I think there's not enough laps, and that gap is just too much to overcome.
Well, and with the 30-plus point lead, he finishes P2 here. He's padding that thing.
That's very true. So, going back to our third place car, that's the 99 of Margison. See if we, there he is.
What a great run for Pops.
Yeah, great
man.
run
We'd
for
love
Pops.
to see him
Lead
on the
lap.
podium here.
Yeah, quality lead lap run by Pops, led laps. I'm sure he's maybe disappointed that he's not fighting for a win, but podium finish looks to be his to lose. If we go back to our fourth place car, that's Mark DeSenza. So Mark is just
What a great recovery.
valiantly battled basically from the get-go. And, you know, a guy like him, it's very easy for him to say, fuck it. Excuse my language. And give it up here. But he fought on, and, man, inside of 10 laps, he's managed to fight all the way back onto the lead lap. And now he has about a 9-second cushion on Slim, where before he was right in front of him. So Mark has really come on strong and gotten everything he can out of that car.
With a damaged car, too.
Yeah, and who knows the severity of that
Well,
damage.
obviously he doesn't have to work because usually Friday nights always kills him because he's like working the late shift
Yeah, and
there
maybe
on the East Coast, and so he's like, I gotta go, and
right, and maybe this caution-free race has helped him in that effort. Uh, because this race has gone in the blink of an eye almost, Milty. We've done 140 laps at Darlington in about an hour and 30 minutes.
it's pro sim racing, and we've a little bigger fields here. Of course, we've seen, throughout the season, we've had, 36, I think, one race. Through the course of the season in sim racing in the league, you have that variation people do in life, and
Yeah, there's always an ebb and flow to a season, and more popular tracks always attract more guys
and
than
this is a hard
more
one.
difficult, or practice does factor in.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot
you
of these
talk
guys-
about guys like Matt Watkins. Of course, he's taking this season off, but Rick Johnson, who loves this track and runs this thing just about like, it's just, but yeah, I mean, you gotta, it's a luxury,
Yeah, absolutely, it is,
and it's opportunity, Jim Ray told me once, damn, I crashed out of the race, and he was like, well, that's an opportunity for somebody else, so, be happy for him,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, when you're driving, it's like it's all about me,
Yeah, yeah, the last thing I think I ever am when I'm wrecked into the wall is happy. So,
Yeah.
good for the boss man. Great philosophy to have. I'm just not the right guy to implement it. Maybe
feel you,
maybe
brother.
maybe the 25 car is the right guy to implement it because he's gonna be in victory circle in about 6 minutes, Milty.
Still running quality laps with
Yeah, still
at
just
31 too.
basically just a second off of
You
his
gotta
fastest
go with
time.
you gotta go with what you know. You can't get all of a sudden drive it different. You just gotta race the racetrack.
Yeah, and he's done that, and he's done it better than anyone else tonight for sure. As we're getting close to that white flag.
His wife Julie had a tumor on her kidney, and they knew it was non-cancerous, but still was a huge operation. Been helping her, nursing, and letting us know what's going on Facebook and in the FSB Racing Forum, which you become a member of this league. You get to do all that kind of stuff and interact with people and talk racing, do racing.
And there's that white flag, Milty, one more time around for Slim, and he'll be the winner of the Winston Cup race at Darlington Speedway. And just a fabulous race by Slim, a true lesson for the field on how to run Darlington. Keep the car clean,
Absolutely.
consistent laps, clean as a whistle pit stops. And the result is a checkered flag, Milty. And there it is.
Yeah.
Slim Jim Gailey, our winner at Darlington. Going back here, we got plenty of time to go back to second place. That's 13-second back. Jeff Hale with a quality finish for our points leader. So that will not hurt Jeff at all.
And how about Pops,
third place
man,
and final podium spot, our good pal Pops Margison, Milty.
The grandfather. He's
And
he's the man about town tonight.
And maybe taking Slim out of the picture, Milty, the drive of the race, the 6 car, Mark
Absolutely.
Senza with a lead lap 4th place finish. That's pretty impressive. That's got to feel like a win for Mark.
Don't give up, man. Never give up, and he didn't. And
And
Chris Connors, helps his point
yep,
chances.
top five for Rick. Solid finish for
He
Ryan
gained on the
in
50,
sixth. Ken Hansen
59 there, so
seventh place. So the strategy just ran out on uh, Ken Hansen and Ryan Johnson.
we're gonna have to take a look at these points because that's definitely gonna be a shakeup.
And there's our final official standings. Slim Jim, Jeff Hale, Pops Margison are 1, 2, 3 finishers. Mark DeSenza, Rick Biscano round out the top five. And as we said, Ryan and Ken tried to do some short pitting. Didn't work out for them as the race went green from start to finish. Yes, 0 cautions, 147 laps at Darlington, Milty.
Wow. Well, a couple questionable. What was the flagman looking at things there?
Yeah,
Def.
might want to. Yeah, we might want to throw out a drug test to the flag man to see if he wasn't drinking on the job or something. Why he
Well,
should have been
I've been
watching cars
drinking, and
wrecking.
I definitely saw a caution there.
Yeah, I hear you. Me too. And man, if that caution would have came out for Ken Hansen, Milty, this we could have been talking a different tune here too.
Absolutely, that was perfect. That was, what brings that strategy, especially at Darlington, to the fore. So
All right, well, why don't you hop
let's
on
grab
down
these
there and
guys.
scoop those guys up and let's see what they got to say. And Milty is away. I'll keep an eye on these points here for an update. So just a dominating performance by the professor, Slim Jim Gailey. Probably his best win, got to be one of his better wins of the season, if not his best win of the season. It's a tremendous job overall by Slim Jim. So we'll keep an eye on the points for an update, and I believe we got our podium finishers here. So Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame. I don't know if those adjectives have lived up to this race because Slim, you beat this track up, and I think you gave a true lesson today on how to run Darlington. Dominating performance. Congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate that. I want to dedicate this one to my wife, and yeah, it was tough, man. Tough. Been last couple of weeks have been pretty tough for me, so it's a pretty emotional win for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, definitely. Julie been, was in surgery for tumor on her kidney, and been following that on Facebook. Slim, we talked about it all race. I can hear it in your voice. For you to get back on the track, obviously, she must be doing better. Otherwise, but tell us some more there.
Not much to tell, man. She's doing really good. She's eating better, and she's getting stronger by the day. So, that's what we were hoping for.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking earlier, Slim. Sometimes getting in the car, after having it, any kind of personal things going on in life, sometimes that's a good thing for you to, focus on something different just for an hour, hour and a half, and clear your mind to things. And man, if that's the case, the rest of the field's got lots of things to worry about because we thought you just ran one of the best races I've ever seen you run there.
Well, it felt good, that's for sure. And I'm gonna tell you what, I might have tamed it, but it tamed me tonight too. Because man, I am wore out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
147 laps at Darlington is not easy. We'll find out from our second and third place guys how hard it was out there and trying to track you down, Slim. Jeff had a early on, Jeff, it looked like you fell back a little there. I don't know if that was a tire saving move or if you were racing pretty hard there at the early part of the race, and then Slim just took over this thing, and it was just, can you catch him?
Yeah, we got on different pit sequences. I ran probably a little hard that very first run. Then I knew I was kind of playing cat and mouse with Slim. It was a good battle with Pops there too. He was great on the long runs. I love Darlington. I know a lot of people hate it, but it's a track that I really love.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually first race I ever won. I actually won a few mileage, so love coming here. It's actually about an hour from my home, so it's real home track to me there.
There's South Carolina, man.
That's right. But yeah, I was glad to see Slim get back here and win. I know what he's talking about because you guys know I had health problems too in the past, and seems like getting behind his wheel is the best therapy I could ever get. So, welcome back, Slim. Good job again.
Thank you. Great job to you as well.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. And Pops, yeah, we were talking about you all race, Pops. You were led laps. Car was looking good. You were fast. But man, Slim was just had one of those races tonight. But yeah, good battles with Jeff there, and third place finish. Got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, not bad. I overshot my pit 3 different times tonight. Killed me.
Yeah,
Plus,
we saw.
That's Sean that messed me up. I really feel bad about that.
Yeah, there was a couple little incidents on the track. We thought maybe a caution would come out. They did not. And obviously, that affected the drivers involved in those things adversely. And we did notice some guys.
There's no caution.
Yeah, we also
crazy,
saw some guys have a little issues with pit lane sliding through the pits. Josh Elliker had some problems with that. Ryan had some issues on pit lane. So if not the
Slim made it interesting there. The
yeah,
last stop.
if the track isn't hard, if the
Saw that,
yeah, if the track isn't difficult enough, pit lane can just ruin your race too, guys.
I slid through 3 different times.
You know,
First time really bad.
Yeah, and Slim, you came in really hot that last pit stop.
Yeah, you know, this track requires so much concentration, and just the slightest little hiccup in your concentration, and you know, your race can be over. And I came in on that last pit stop, and I knew I needed to nail it, and I got in just a little too hot, and I was like, come on, slow down. Anyway, I finally got it in there and barely got it in the pits, so it all worked out.
Yeah, you were like 58 across the cones and 38 at the first timing line. So I was like, he nailed it.
Yep.
He's okay.
I was worried for a second, though.
Yeah, we were all worried for you there because of the lead. That would have been a very interesting finish. It would have been maybe a side-by-side finish if you had to do like a drive-through there or something.
True.
But overall, just again, Slim, tremendous race. Wonderful you're back. Great hearing the news as well. And you know, we all of us are thinking about you and your wife, and wish nothing but the best. And wonderful to see you back.
Man, I really appreciate the words. I had fun tonight. Great job, Jeff, Pops. Enjoyed it as always, and appreciate you guys in the booth.
Yeah, no problem.
Real quick, guys, I'm gonna get out here too because I got that storm coming up that everybody's dealing with, Hurricane Matthew, and just want to say real quick, you know, I know we missed some guys tonight because of the storm, and just want to give a quick shout out to them guys as well, and everybody else having to deal with that storm. So, you guys
Be safe, Jeff.
Yes, sir, and I'll see you guys probably Monday.
Hang in there, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we never
FSBers
mentioned that in the broadcast.
down in
Because
Florida
the
there.
field was, absolutely. We lost, several guys couldn't race. They're
of course
they're trying to survive right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Our admin Ken Soska down in Tampa may have missed it by just a few inches there, but you know, he's got to deal with a lot of other periphery issues that come with a giant hurricane like that. And our best of Scott and I think Gary, who are down in on the east coast of Florida.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
he was down in Fort Lauderdale, so I think he's already out of the woods as well. But anyone up north, that's North Carolina, South Carolina, you guys gotta hunker down now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be, nothing like those guys got, but we're supposed to be getting 50, 60 mile an hour winds at the most and a good bit of rain. So, yep, time to get the covers down, back down the hatches.
I hear you. So stay safe, Jeff.
All right, guys, take it easy.
All right, Milty. Well, another race in the books. Checking these. Don't see that the points have been updated just yet, but just looking at who's where and trying to do terrible math in my head. Um, Obviously, we know Jeff's lead's going to be safe. Rick Bisconner was our second place in points, and he had a fairly good finish there, Milty. I think
Yeah.
a top 5 finish for Rick Bisconner. So he'll preserve that second place. Dog had an up and down kind of race, and I think finished a little off the pace there, but a top 10 finish for Dog. Ryan will eat into that, and I think Ryan will now be our third place finisher. Of course, Pops with a podium finish could really jumble up that third position, which only is separated by 3 points.
Well, it's FSBRacing.com. There's all kinds of stuff every night from every avenue you can possibly imagine. Beginner level and all the way to expert and professional. A lot of NASCAR 2003 guys out there. We still got this going, and we'd like to get you on the track.
Yeah, absolutely.
New or old.
Racing every night. Winston Cup on Fridays. Sprint Cup Mondays. We got Super Speedway Series. We have the Grand National mod.
Grand Touring Prototype.
Yeah, we got GTP every other Thursday right now, and then we got the Truck Series on Thursdays. We have Pro in the FSB division, and Trucks in Sprint Cup, and of course the big Friday night Winston Cup races. And I think, like you said, as holidays roll in, and the points get tough on some people, and sometimes it's hard to make the effort to come out every single Friday night. So, but we do appreciate everyone who comes out, and we know that these things ebb and flow, and when we get to maybe a little more racer-friendly track, we'll say, Milty, I think we'll see those numbers go right back up.
And then when you have a league 14 years, and I've been around there here from the beginning, and you start to realize people deal with life situations like hurricanes and stuff, and health stuff, so.
Yes, they do. And we're going to get out of here. So another great race, Green Flag Racing here at FSBRacing.com at the Lady in Black. 147 laps, 0 cautions. That's saying something, even with the smaller field, Milty. That's still saying a lot, I think. And that's
Absolutely.
Just the quality of racing that you're going to find here.
Pro Wrestling League.
Go to the website, FSBRacing.com. There's a sign-up link right there. Click on that, fill out the forms, and you'll get an email and instruction on what to do next. And before you know it, you'll be on the track racing with Slim and Jeff and the gang, and putting your skill up against theirs. And that's the way you do it, and that's what we want here. Racing Monday through Fridays, and we have weekend iRacing and lots of stuff going on here at FSB. Endurance racing, oval endurance races, Triple Crown that we have of the long races. We got the Rockingham 400 coming up, Milty, from the Rock, coming up this Sunday. That's
all 400 miles.
400 miles at the Rock. And some of you youngins don't know what the Rock is because it's gone now. But that was a track that every NASCAR driver looked forward to racing because that, as you said,
Or grab
Milty,
that wheel with two
that's a
heads.
driver's track right there. And the old Rockingham would chew those tires up in 5 laps. And this version of it is an excellent version. It's got a little grip in it. It's very clean, and I expect a great race that on Sunday.
Yep.
So we're out of here, people. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations again to Slim, and best for his family and everything. This is hopefully a little shot in the arm for him that lifts him up just a bit there.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
we're always thinking about him. And congratulations to our other podium finishers, Jeff and Pops. And look forward to do it next week, Milty. And just checking the schedule really quickly before we go. We'll be looking at Hillside, Milty. And if
Yeah, it's a
Hillside
good
is one
racing
thing,
track right
it's
there.
a super speedway that's about a half mile, Milty.
It'll be great,
Oh
two
yeah,
wide racing,
2x2
and
all the way around the track, and yeah, it's fast and should be a great race. So looking forward to that, and we'll catch you when we do our next broadcast Friday nights. Winston Cup, FSBRacing.com.
cool. Peace out.